Welcome to the Power Factor Show. Episode 113.
Okay, welcome to Power Factor. This week's episode is all about sporting clays shooting, and today we are at the Granite Falls Sportsmen Club in Granite Falls, Washington, which is probably about 45 miles north of Seattle. And today we're joined by a friend and shooting buddy, Dave Jefferey. So welcome to the program, Dave, and thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you for the invite.
So Dave's not going to tell you this, but I will. Dave is a NSCA master ranked shooter, and NSCA is a National Sporting Clays Association. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. But what NSCA master ranked shooter means, to put it into perspective, is something you can kind of relate to. In IDPA, the highest classification is master there. In USPSA, the highest classification is grandmaster there. In NSCA, the highest classification there is master. So basically what it means is Dave is a really, really good shooter and doesn't miss very often.
If only that was true.
Yeah. He's also a really good instructor. Dave kind of convinced me that I should switch my shooting style from shooting from a pre-mounted high gun position to a low mount position, which I did. And I'm pretty much shooting that now for everything that I'm doing, be it sporting clays or skeet, or even 5-stand, and often I'll be shooting trap or continental that way too, as crazy as it seems. And I just do it from the standpoint of just getting the gun mount down, repeat it over and over. But just to give you an idea of how good Dave is, they say that there are 3 types of people who are really difficult to try to teach how to shoot a shotgun: engineers, accountants, and pistol shooters. And I hit 2 of those, and you could possibly say that I'm a part-time accountant from the standpoint that I maintain the checkbook at home. So from that standpoint, you did really, really well.
Well, thanks, Steve. You're you do quite well, and your shooting last week was excellent.
Yeah, like I say, every once in a while a blind squirrel finds a nut. So yeah. So as I mentioned, we're here at Granite Falls. Granite Falls is actually my home club. It's where I shoot most of the time. I've been shooting here actually for about the last 20 years off and on. Back in the kind of early 90s, I would come up here when I was single on Friday nights and shoot all the time, so it goes way back. But Dave, you're one of the members here at the board of directors here at Granite Falls, so why don't you tell us a little bit more about Granite Falls, the history of the club, what it has to offer, some of the venues here and whatnot.
So Granite Falls has been around since 1932. The club was originated by land donations from members of the community to create a shooting facility and a sportsman's club for all to enjoy. It's open to the public. You do not have to be a member here. We love it when you come and join us, either as a member or just as a member of the public, to come out and have a safe, fun time with family and friends. And I do stress family because I met my wife here.
That's true. Yeah.
It's a place that's dear to my heart in that regards. And there's been other shooting facilities that I've been to that little bit the old boys club. Not this one. This one is, if you show up, welcome. How can we help you? And it really is one of the things that endeared this place to me, was that kind of an attitude. And my wife was starting shooting at that point in time, and to have people really take her under their wing and help her out and get her pointed in the right direction was really a wonderful thing. So that's one of the things I really stress about this club, is how friendly and open it is to new shooters, because it can be intimidating.
Heck yeah.
But there really isn't a need for that. We'll take people that have never held a gun before and try to help them out and point them in a direction that they can safely have fun. We stress it that way: safety first, but have fun. We're not here to jump down your throat, but we are here to make sure that you and everybody else around leaves the same way you showed up, and leave here fun and wanting to come back. That is really what we want here. The club offers both shotgun sports in the form of 5-stand, sporting clays, and trap, and we also have archery. Archery runs from April through to about the start of hunting season, when everybody that's running it's out having fun. So the shotgun we run year long, and our hours in the winter times it's 11 to 3, and in the summer it goes basically with the change of daylight savings. We go from 10 in the morning till 3 and on Saturdays, and then Friday nights we run from 7 to 10 for 5-stand and trap. And then we run NSCA meets the first Sunday of most months. And we also have PITA shooting here as well for trap competitions.
So you have lights for it?
We do. We have nighttime lights, and actually shooting in the lights is really nice. It gives you a really good contrast, in my opinion.
That's not the way I look at it. I hate shooting under lights.
Actually, I kind of like it. To me, the contrast is easier. It's actually easier for me to.
Really pop.
To me, the targets pop more than they do on some other times.
Right.
We have a lot of shadows here, which can be challenging.
Yes.
But
especially last
days
weekend.
days like this, where it's overcast, actually the lighting is to our advantage. You don't get the strobe effect and the shadows.
There it is. There it's not. There it is.
Exactly. And that can add a certain degree of challenge. And don't let that stop anybody from coming up here, because it's all good fun.
We get to experience that shooting skeet down at Granite on a pretty regular basis.
Right, yeah, they get some really bad light down there. Yeah, yeah. You know, I think part of my issue with nighttime shooting is you need to change the color of your glasses for that. And if I use the yellows, which I'm wearing right now, it's really difficult. If you use clear, it's a lot easier to see. And that can be all the difference in the world, so, yeah. So you guys, there's also the Ironman that happens here. There are money shoots that happen here also. There's a lot of different shooting activities. You can hit the website, GFS. I'll put it up on the
GraniteFallsSportsmanClub.com. Just the first letter of everything.
Right.
So
and that'll get you there.
GFSC.com.
Yeah. So
do a search, it'll come up.
One other website's a really good resource, and I encourage you to go to. There's a website called ClayTargetsOnline.com. And you can go on there. It has all the different shotgun clubs over the whole entire U.S. But click on Washington, click on Granite Falls, and you're going to notice there that it's a really popular thing for people to come here, either from the Puget Sound area or also from other places in the country. There's actually a couple guys who have come here from New York and have posted reviews about the club, and they've all been very positive. And one thing that you'll always notice is that they always comment about how open and friendly and willing to help the people here are. So it's a really good, resource to go and check out. But you can also get reviews on clubs and stuff like that.
We also get an influx of our neighbors to the north. We have a lot of Canadians that come down and enjoy having them. Everyone that I've met has been just an awesome individual and a good, fantastic shooter.
You know, the other thing is in the Puget Sound area, there are really only two clubs that are running sporting clays. One is Seattle Skeet and Trap, which is fairly far down south, and then Granite Falls, which is up here north. So I would encourage any of you who are shooting sporting clays in the Puget Sound area who are watching this, is come up here and check it out, because it's a really great club. Okay, so let's talk sporting clays, sometimes called golf with a shotgun. Dave knows more about sporting clays, I think, than probably anybody I know, so I'm going to let Dave take this one and discuss the history of sporting clays, what it is. Take it away.
Okay. Well, sporting clays is a game that came out of England, which is rather interesting with their gun laws, but the intention was to simulate hunting more realistically than what you normally find in trap and skeet. Every trap and skeet course around the world all is built pretty much exactly the same way. Sporting clays, because it's one of the reasons it's called golf with a shotgun, is that it's built to the lay of the land. Every sporting clays course is different, and they're always changing. We're constantly changing our target layouts and presentations to keep it interesting and fun. But the idea is to present different and challenging targets that in some ways simulate real hunting situations, the best that can be done with a clay target. And then of course we do some things that possibly a real bird might not do, but it just makes it fun. And it is the most interesting of any of the clay target type sports that I've seen. I was never that much hooked by either skeet or trap. But the first time I shot sporting clays, I went, wow, this is fun. I really enjoy this, and so I think it would appeal to a lot of people that trap and skeet might not, and especially to hunters and things like that are looking for an opportunity to improve their abilities and opportunities to practice. Sporting Clays is great. The game came out, it came to the United States in about the 1980s, the early 80s, and has grown very rapidly since then.
Yeah, I was going to say it's interesting. You should point that out about trap and skeet. Is that trap and skeet are kind of perfectionist game. I mean, if you get into it, you know, you don't miss. I mean, it's you know, missing is not an option. But in Sporting Clays, everybody misses. I mean, there's very rare that everybody shoots the perfect game in Sporting Clays.
Perfect scores are almost unheard of. They do happen. We have a gentleman here in Washington State that is just phenomenal. His name's Mike Wilgus, and he is one of the absolute top shooters in the country. And on a prelim match recently, he shot 100%. 100 clays were thrown and 100 broken. That is...
Before they hit the ground.
Yes. As I say, I break 95% of the clays I shoot at. Some of them in the air. But Mike is just a phenomenal shooter and a great competitor all around. It's nice to have him in the area because it allows you to kind of benchmark yourself against somebody that's at that caliber.
Yeah.
Because even though I guess I did make master shooter, there's the step between my abilities and his is huge. It is, he's phenomenal. We are lucky to have quite a few really good shooters in the Puget Sound region, and it's nice to be able to shoot with them and see them and their abilities, because we're talking Olympic class shooters.
Yeah, that's a good point about competition, is that if you get into that, it's a good way to be able to compare yourself or rank yourself or know where you are relative to good shooters. And you can be, you know, the little fish in the little pond, and you may win these matches all the time or whatever, but if you're shooting against people who are really not that great, you don't really know where you stand. But if you shoot against somebody who is nationally ranked, I mean, somebody's going out and winning these major tournaments, you instantly know where you are. I mean, at that point. So,
Sometimes it's a little bit of a humbling experience, but that's a good thing. I wouldn't say disappointing. It's just, but it lets you know what that high a caliber shooter can do.
Right.
And that's it's nice to have. One of the things I'd like to do, if we can, is I'd like to show the different targets that Sporting Clays. So if you'll excuse me for one moment.
So I was going to also say, in terms of major competitions around here, every year there is a big event up north in Mount Vernon, which I think is called the U.S. Western Nationals. Is that?
Western
Open. Okay. And it's at a facility called Top Gun, and it literally is like Disneyland for shotguns. I mean, it is the most amazing range that I've seen in terms of just target presentations and the lay of the land and everything. It is. Yeah, and in fact, like a lot of people will come here literally just for the experience of going up there and shooting. It's a really pretty facility. It's in the mountains. It's really a great place to shoot. And I've said before, I'm not getting involved in competition. I told John that I'm not doing it, but I mean, it would be fun to go up there and just shoot for the experience of doing it. So,
So if I can show what Sporting Clays has to offer, this is the standard. The standard target is used by trap, skeet, and the majority of Sporting Clays target presentations that you'll see use standard targets. From there, Sporting Clays goes off on its own a little bit. This is called a midi, or mid-size, and as you can see, it starts getting more challenging as we go up. Then we have this little evil thing. So in comparison to a standard, that's a mini. We call these aspirin tablets. They start out very fast and they're very small, and they do lose speed because they don't have the weight, so they don't carry as well, but they really are a mind game as far as trying to track and hit them. So that's part of some of the fun and challenges. That isn't it. We have a rabbit. A rabbit is a flat disc that has a reinforced edge because we roll it on the ground rapidly, and so it'll hit a chip from a prior one. All of a sudden it'll bounce up. So just as you think you're about to squeeze, all of a sudden it's up in the air. So this one will keep you guessing. We can also throw them as a looper in the air It's one of the other ways, and on a side presentation, it makes a good area for the shot to a hit, but it's also a reinforced target, so it takes more energy, more effort to break it. Then this little evil thing, same size as the standard as far as diameter, but very thin. We can do a comparison between the two. These also don't have as much of an aerodynamic dome. These things will go out and they'll turn. So you'll see it go out and then all of a sudden bank off one way or the other. So where it started here, it's now doing that. And that transitional turn makes it quite the challenge, but good fun.
Is that a Batu?
That's a Batu.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
so those are the 5 standard sporting clays targets.
And in terms of what I've seen obviously the typical one. I've shot the MIDI, and I've shot at the Mini, but never hit one yet. And what they always do with those things is they tuck them up underneath the standard target typically.
We can't do that on a competition. It's called a nested target.
Really?
You know, in a competition, that's not legal, but we do it here for fun.
Yeah, yeah.
So what we do is we'll either tuck that or that. Will actually fit up underneath, and on a manual trap, you can throw them that way. So they come out, then all of a sudden they do this. And so that is just another fun little twist that we do here at Granite and other places.
Yeah, yeah.
But
it's all about fun. I mean, that's the primary thing is out here having fun.
The only reason to be out here is to have fun. If you're doing anything else, why?
Yeah,
It's,
So speaking of fun and the size of our squad here, I just want to kind of go through and introduce everybody. So to Dave's right is his wife, Danette. John, you guys know John. John's friend Sue. John, Sue, and I shoot skeet a lot down at Renton Fish and Game. Julie, and Julie's husband, Lynn, and Dave's dad, Paul. So I think we're going to have some fun.
Should be a fun squad today.
Yeah.
One of the things I would add about sporting clays is in a squad, the first shooter gets to see a pair so that he's not shooting blind. It's the only one that gets to see a free pair in a squad. Trap ready?
Ready.
All right. Let's see what kind of evil things we have today. Pull! I should be able to equally miss those. Oh, the agreement, Steve, was you were going to edit out all my misses, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody shoots 100% today.
Up front.
Yeah.
Pup. Pup.
It's almost going straight out. It's not much.
No, I know. That's why it's just a quartering target. Just like keep the gun out there and just catch it. So the thing to do here is pick your break point, figure where you're going to break that first bird. Hold the gun, do your low mount slightly back, get your hold point, look halfway back to the machine, not at it, but just so you get your movement. Insert the gun into the target and commit to your break point wherever it's going to be at. And then immediately shift your eyes right straight up to where that bird's at. So just like here, just know to go up there.
Okay.
You're not searching for it.
Figure out where you want, come back slightly with the gun, let your eyes come back to just in front of the trap, not at it, but just in front of it, and then just merge and pull through.
Okay.
And then just bang. try not to wait that long. He's coming up and then coming down.
Moving your gun.
If you go there and then come up, you just come right up underneath it.
Yeah.
And so you're about that far underneath it because it's already started to come back down. So it's just boom, boom.
What's
Just
the
one
batting
quick
order?
motion. Let your eyes go and the gun
You're
follow.
not until the next day.
Got it. Got it.
There, perfect.
Nice.
Perfect.
I'm going home.
There you go. Now she's thinking about it.
Yeah. Pull.
Julie, the stick.
See, he does this all the time shooting. This shot. So yes, but
Steve, one of the things we might want to mention is what we're shooting right here is called a true pair.
Right.
True pair, both birds go at exactly the same time.
Right.
There's 3 different presentations that are normally done in an SCA shooting. True pair, which you're seeing. Following pair, which is done on a set time pattern, sometimes done on the cycle rate of the machine, or 2 machines with a timer. And a report pair. A report pair, the second bird is launched on the bang of the gun on the first shot.
Correct.
We'll be shooting some of all of those today.
Pull.
They don't get any deader than that.
We'll see if I can do that again. Pull. Maybe I should put water in my glasses more often. Pull. Nice.
She's shooting at a rabbit and then an overhead duck shot. And the rabbit is a target that you must do very quick reaction on, especially in a pair like this.
Dead pair.
So try not to keep your eyes all the way back at the gate.
here.
Try to come at least 8 to 10 feet out, but have your gun barrel out here, and then just merge through and pull. Try to look at towards the, think of it as the front feet of it, so the front lower part,
yeah,
Look with your
because it's not uncommon for people to shoot over the top of them
yeah.
or too far in back of them.
Well, because I know some of her hits. You know, the bottom of it is just enough underneath it. So we'll see if I can get a hit here.
Absolutely.
Dead loss.
It was a little lower than I thought. The high house.
It's just like High House 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's more time than you think because we have a 1 second DLA in for this following pair.
Hit it.
It's Station 1 in Skeet.
Oh.
Dead loss.
Yeah, that second one is just slow. Have to kind of remember that mentally.
That was
There's
nice.
it, pair.
Dead pair.
Fantastic.
That thing was flying.
Yeah.
Dead. No, you still got 4 more to go. Well, 2 pairs, but
Match instead.
Oh.
Oh. Right, Luke.
dead pair.
Yes, the first person's then the last. And the second becomes the first on the next station.
Oh, good.
Everybody gets their opportunity
Yes.
in misery.
Yeah.
It's only fair. surprised I didn't hit that upper one.
Yeah, me too. That's usually a down bird for you.
Probably because I rushed it.
Paul. Nice.
Pop!
That was hydroplane.
Yes, it did. Pop!
Yeah, you got more time on that second. Oh! Well, that was an order.
So which one do you shoot first?
Whichever one your eye locks up on.
Okay.
I mean, in reality, that's what it is. I try to train my eye to look only for one I think I want first.
Yeah.
And it's usually whichever one is going to give me the more time on it to come onto it. But ideally, you want to take your first one right now.
Okay.
Because if you do that, you got them both. But if you do it right in there, if you break your first
Okay.
one there, you have plenty of time over here. If you wait till they're here, then it's gonna that second shot's gonna be a quickie.
Yeah.
It's not that it can't be done, but it's more challenging. So if you can keep your gun, come back to about the tree, let your eye come back towards the machines, and now, see, there's actually plenty of time if you work it that way.
Okay.
Nice.
Maybe that was kind of like that one that Good took.
Yeah, see, told you
Because
how.
that was the best I've ever done.
Yeah, I even lost a punch that day too. We both.
I know.
Pull.
Oh!
Nice. Wow.
That's another way.
So you got to figure it out.
Okay.
We're going to slow down.
And then do.
Huh?
They're right close together.
Is that it?
Paul.
I think you're a little bit over the top and maybe a little behind that first one, but I think you're over the top of it.
Okay.
Come a little bit underneath and
Oh,
see
you're
what that
probably-
does for you.
Paul. That first one's killing me.
Nice!
Nice.
Shooting behind him.
Poop!
Austin?
Poop!
Good long?
Fun. What's that?
Fun?
That one over there is interesting.
Last one? Yeah. they're coming from the left behind you.
Oh, these ones.
Cross. Yep.
Okay.
Pull.
Bang. Oh, wow. Okay.
Now that's a different speed and height.
Yeah, there's two speeds there. One's that first one's kind of nice and leisurely. The second one's cooking in across.
Yeah. Luckily, it's about perfect with the other
You know
one.
what? We say that all the time. We're making it easy. People can.
I don't mind at all.
Where do you hold that?
So
Dave and I shoot at these all the time.
I would set up on your second one. See that stump right there?
Yeah.
Okay, that's about where your break point's going to be. So that's where you kind of want to aim. Now, not aim, but have your eyes there. Now, come up to about here with your gun, and you want to come down through there because it's settling this way. There, and then come back here. Let your eyes come back and try to pick it up just as it comes out of this tree. Merge and bust it right at the top of there to the vicinity of that broken tree right there.
Okay.
So right in there is where you want the second one.
Hold like here and this one?
Yep. Boom. Boom.
So we're doing
it's
following pair
kind
of
of a
these? Is
loop
that what it
and a
is?
push.
A report.
Report pair. All right.
Pull.
Nice.
Just like that.
Boy, it is going to be a rough ride home, John.
Your body has a tendency to follow that.
Oh!
It's too easy to have your swing. As the bird's angling this way, it's too
Yeah.
easy to have your swing across
Yeah, because
this
you're gonna
way.
flat-
And there's only one point
So
on
dropping
planet
it
Earth that it's
forces
going
your
to work.
body to, yeah. Nice.
Where if it's parallel to it, then you can be off a bit and it's still going to work.
Oh!
The only reason it goes to Renton is to pick up these.
Nice.
Yeah, but we have to go further.
She's in her own rig too.
Paul.
Nicely done, Steve.
There you go.
Paul. Paul. Have you shot this yet? On that second one, make sure you get the gun under that bird because the tendency is to be too high.
Telling Luke on the couple that you missed.
Yeah,
You weren't.
I was not under it.
I could see you weren't in front
Yep.
of it. You weren't under it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, the tendency is to just sit there and stay above it, and you got to be under it as it's going away.
And it's dropping a little.
Yeah, exactly.
Hup.
Nice.
Hup. Yeah, that's definitely got a nice little speed cross up.
Oh,
Yep.
Final pair?
okay.
All right.
Put some hand throws out, Dave.
True.
Could have brought a box of hand throws, Dave.
Look at all those, Steve. Look at it. Somebody stepped on that one.
That's okay. I'll squish it back in the chute.
Are you sure?
There's a whole bunch out here, Dave.
No.
Can you hear me now? Curly?
What's happening here?
Shirley?
Pull! That didn't work. Twice.
So you want to shoot right when it goes behind.
Yeah.
God, I don't know where I want to
Yeah.
take those. I'm almost thinking on the fall
tried
and
two
just
different
For a
spots.
tree,
That's,
right?
What I was thinking
They're
too.
going
I think that
away
might be how I'll take them, is peek them and drop them.
Pull!
Lynn,
Killer.
try them that way. Just see what it feels like.
Wait for him out here.
Yeah, me too.
I know that's how Julie will take them and hit them.
There you go.
Oh, you
Knew
go
where I
in.
wanted to shoot.
You got a piece there.
What's that?
You got a piece there. So
No, you only got the first one.
I must finish watching.
Pull!
Ah.
So that's the other place I would want to take them, is
Boy, I'm glad you're
right in there.
Thanks, guys. I'm the guinea pig.
Works for me.
He has hump.
Pull!
There.
That's where to do it.
Yep.
I don't know how
For
to
you.
do it. So,
When I missed the first four,
Well,
I
that's
had to
I
do
think that's
something.
where I'll start. And if I'm successful there, I might take the last
Right.
pair down. But just
Gotta be
for
quick
practice. I mean, that's
up
what
there.
ultimately what Saturdays are all about anyway.
Yeah, just playing around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or you can wait.
It really doesn't matter what you get. It's just, did you have fun
It's
as
just
you
it's a
learn?
learning exercise. You come out your experiment.
Nice. This would have been a good, Lynn, this would have been a good target on a registered shoot.
Yeah, it would have been.
We might have to try to figure a way to change it a little bit so we can use it.
Yeah.
Kind of different.
Paul.
Got them both.
What I do is I kind of mount the net
That's a
and I
cripple.
look
Get the dogs after that
Yep.
one.
That's a send the dog bird there.
Through the eye.
Up here. Yeah.
Paul. Yeah, to me it seems that the best place to hit it is out there, but
About that little
Right.
buff dead tree right there
Yep.
seems to be about
yeah,
the
just
best.
after that.
Yep.
Because it's still kind of climbing and maintaining
slowly.
somewhat flat, and then it starts falling off.
Nope,
No bird.
Well, that was neat. It's a
Oh,
silent
so pull the
shot.
trigger.
Call it.
Pull.
And? Pop!
Nice.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Pop! I went over the top of the one I missed, but it took more.
Nice.
About that buff tree is about.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, you drop in, and it's about a 3-foot drop on it. And
Yeah.
she busts. Make sure you don't go too far to the left on it, because it's hooking in, and you have a tendency to continue your swing further, where it's actually the lead to the left getting less and less.
Nice.
Very nice.
A mosquito.
Really?
Keep the gun moving.
I didn't even see the second one.
About like that. I mean, just feel it, but it's gonna be about like that, and
And then keep moving the gun.
Yeah, keep the gun moving.
your gun stops. So your eye probably came back to the bead.
Back to the target. It's like, where's the second one?
You got lots of time.
Right there.
Lots of time.
Oh.
Ice is broken now.
Oh.
There you go.
Pull.
Nice.
Right.
Waiting for it. Okay, and then start moving it and then stop. Because of that.
Pull.
We're gonna have to practice on this one for a few weeks.
Yeah. That's a good. That's a good target. That's because there's, as you said, there's 3 different ways you can shoot that thing,
Pull.
which is kind of unusual. Most targets you don't have that many potential break points.
There you go.
Little bear. Where's your mate hit?
I got several of them around here.
We need to keep one in the cart.
I'll get one for our cart. Magnet.
Hey, honey. One of those things for dropping through when you get
A wad knocker.
Yeah.
Always got to pick up the holes. Don't want to litter. Okay, so again, I want to thank Dave for coming on today and showing us the ropes on sporting clays. Had a lot of fun shooting it, as always.
A pleasure having you, of course.
Yeah, thank you. It was a great time, and I also appreciate your instruction throughout the stages. So one thing that I've noticed, at least in all the different shooting that I've done over the years, obviously starting out with handgun shooting and then transitioning to shotgun shooting, is that I've noticed there's a lot more women who are actively involved in the shotgun sports than there are in the handgun sports. Typically if you go to an IPSC match or an IDPA match or whatever, you'll see a few women. I'm not really sure what the numbers are, but typically I'd say like maybe 10 to 20% of the competitors are female shooters. But when you go out to a shotgun sport, either be it skeet, trap, but especially, and I don't know why, but in sporting clays, you will see a lot more women out shooting sporting clays than the other sports. And I think you kind of saw that or got a feel for that today of the number of women are shooting. But Sue, you started out in IPSC shooting and shot, we all shot together for many years and have kind of done the same thing of transitioning to shotgun. So I'm kind of curious from your standpoint, kind of what your story has been, what, comparing and contrasting the two between, say, shotgun and pistol?
Yeah, the pistol I really loved. Of course, I was younger and much more able to do the physical part of it. I just got to the point where I guess I got burnt out too, but I definitely, the physical part was getting very difficult.
Right.
And so I just saw somebody shooting shotgun and asked somebody to show me how to do it because I'd never touched one ever, and it just was wonderful. I loved it. I could just grab my shotgun and my bag and my box of shells and go. I didn't have to reload. I didn't have to, prepare like you have to with shotgun.
Why? Because I had to reload and I had to prepare what's going on.
I know, but John, I could reload, but I don't want to do that. I just,
got her a press and everything.
Yes, but I just, it's enough. And so it's just so much easier. I love the relaxed atmosphere. I love that if you miss, it's your miss. It's not somebody else saying, that they didn't miss when they did or something like that. So it's just a lot nicer, friendlier game, I think.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I've noticed, at least in the shotgun sports, unlike pistol shooting, is that in pistol shooting, usually people are a lot more competitive, a lot more into it. There's not a whole lot of socializing going on.
Right.
Out here, I mean, everybody's giving everybody crap all the time throughout the shooting. Yeah, because that's the fun part of it, and it's a lot more relaxed and a lot more laid back, low key, and that's one of the things that I really appreciated. Is it just is not as intense as it is for pistol shooting as it is for.
That's it.
So, Dave, how long have you been doing this?
So I would have to put it about 11 years,
really? Okay.
Because I started shortly before Jeanette and I started going out.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, we actually met here. So we've been married for 11 years, and so is basically 12 and a half years.
Okay.
And I grew up bird hunting, very much enjoyed that.
There you go.
Yeah.
And this was the closest extension to that. And boy, I'll tell you what, it makes a huge difference if you are a hunter to come out and do this, because as we were joking earlier, everybody used to always joke about, you go dove hunting, you take the dove that you got, you put it in the box of shells, it took you to hit
That's
that.
about it, yeah.
But you come out here and shoot this on a regular basis and get comfortable with it. If you don't limit out in a box of shells, you're upset with yourself, and that's just not normal. And so the difference is really extreme as far as what this can help you with. If hunting is something you really enjoy, this is a wonderful way to tune up for the season or just keep practice throughout the year and to improve on that. And as you've said, I mean, just the camaraderie of the friends that you have out here is awesome, and it's just so enjoyable to meet new shooters that are the same way, and the overwhelming majority are. There are a few people that are ate up. They're everywhere. In every situation you're going to be, you're going to get those kind of people, but they're the minority in this.
Mm-hmm.
It is much more fun.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think it's a key point. And it's interesting you mentioned about starting out hunting. I was the same thing. When I started as a kid, my dad and I went pheasant hunting all the time. That's what I learned. I mean, that's what I started shooting, was shooting a shotgun. That was my entry into, firearms. And I think you're right, is that, sporting, so skeet, the intent obviously was to replicate hunting, but in reality, if you get down to it, I don't think skeet really, I mean, there are certain moves or certain positions or stations and whatnot but you get out here and you shoot this and nothing is ever the same.
Nope.
And if you come out and get good at sporting clays, I really seriously think that you'll be good, in just about anything you do.
One of the things on sporting clays I'd really like to stress is in the filming you'll see pretty much all of us were shooting over and unders, and there's some money in those guns, but that's not required. Bring what you got. It's kind of like the drive what you brought racing.
Bring what you brung,
Yeah, shoot what you got. As long as you've got something that's multiple shot capable, because it's shooting in pairs. So a single shot's pretty much not going to work, but side by side, over and under, pump or autoloader, bring what you got and have fun with that. If it's something where you really kind of get hooked, all right, maybe you want to go out and get something that is more dedicated towards that, but it's not required. Anything that you can hunt with, you can shoot sporting clays with. A lot of people come out here with pumps. Pumps are a disadvantage. There's no doubt about it. It takes a physical action, a physical thought that takes you away from that second bird and quickly. But if you get good with a pump in sporting clays,
Oh boy.
my gosh,
Yeah.
is that going to
Yeah.
help you out
Yeah.
in a bird hunting? I mean, it really is going to change things up. Where the autoloaders, the side-by-sides, I mean, all you got to do is cycle the trigger. But don't be intimidated because you have something that doesn't look pretty and shiny and everything. Does it go bang? Does it fit reasonably well? Come out and have fun.
Yeah, and I think that's a key thing is that as we see also in pistol shooting, you hear all the resistance to get involved. I'm not good enough. I don't have the right equipment. I'm not ready yet. Blah blah blah. I mean, it's just a whole bunch of excuses. But the thing is, get your gun, come out here, do this. Don't worry about your score. Just go out, have fun,
Yeah,
shoot.
be like me. Don't worry about your score.
Well, taking Danette as an example, my wife. I mean, the first time for the first couple of weeks that we shot several times during those periods. She got one bird.
But you kept coming back.
Yeah, but she had fun doing it,
Yeah,
and she knew
yeah.
that with a little bit of effort, she would get better,
Yep.
and she has. When she's on a roll, she's quite a good shot.
Yeah.
Yes.
And,
she is very good.
She holds her own against all comers, but it's not how she started.
Yeah.
So
Everybody
it's
starts
not
someplace.
exactly. Everybody starts someplace. In any eye-hand coordination sport, you're always going to get some people that just have a natural ability at that particular one, and other people are going to have to put a little more effort in to get the same result. But anybody can become good and competent in this and have fun. And the biggest thing is have fun.
So that's my question to you. So did you have fun today?
I had tons of fun.
Yeah, good. Well,
We were
thanks for
just
coming
talking
out.
about getting the new cart for our guns and every weekend, so I guess we had
A
fun.
couple times a month?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah,
and that's just it.
yeah.
If you can make it out, if you start out just going once a month or once every other month, you'll find pretty quick you're not. Maybe that's twice a month or something
Right,
like that.
right.
But if that's what it takes to get you interested and get you started into things, go for it.
Yeah.
If you can get your significant other going with you, more the better. Gals, if your significant other isn't interested, come out yourself.
That's
we
true.
have gals that
Yeah.
do better out here. They're either husbands are working or not interested, but they're out here.
Right.
One of our good friends, she shoots, he doesn't. Mm-hmm. He handgun shoots, but she shotgun shoots.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
so she's out here very often and loves it. It has just come on so well. It's so much fun to see how she's progressed.
I think that's the key thing. It's just fun. Yeah.
Yep.
So here's a little bit of information for you. Who do you think had the better score today between you and John? It's going to be a long ride home, John.
Neater.
Figured that out.
So yeah, Sue outshot John today by a few birds.
So there's another couple that shoot with us. They have a little rule just to kind of balance things out. John, you might be listening on this one. It's the one that wins buys dinner for the other one.
Oh, that's good.
So that was just it gives the other one something to look forward
Something
to
to
because
shoot
they have to
for,
listen to it
yeah.
the whole way home.
Yeah.
And I wanted to add one thing about bringing women out for the first time. Make sure that they have someone who really knows how to shoot a shotgun, because I cannot tell you how many women I've seen that their significant other brings them out and throws the shotgun up on their shoulder,
Yes.
Right.
and they get one horrible bruise and they'll never touch it again.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And that
That's-
breaks my heart.
Yeah.
You hit that so perfectly. Unfortunately, there's a pride thing with guys so much of the time. I'm going to show my girl how to shoot. And if maybe they're not that well-rounded to begin with, seek some help.
Yes.
We're got so many people out here that are just willing to.
Right.
If I may demonstrate, one of the things I see so often, and it just guaranteed bruised shoulder, is you see gals, this is what they look
Yeah,
like.
Right.
They're
Right.
scared of the recoil, and so they're back here because they're trying to get away from it.
Yep.
All that does is they're going to eat the recoil.
Yep.
If you lean into it, if your stance is forward, your body rolls. You do not feel it. But if you're back here, you got no place to go. You got two choices: fall over backwards or eat the recoil.
You know, the
and
other
you'll
thing
go
else-
home uncomfortable.
Yep.
Where otherwise, you don't feel it. I mean, really, you don't feel it.
Yeah.
You're looking, okay, my wife is under 5 foot tall and she's shooting a 12 gauge. All right?
Yep.
Why? She
That's
leans
right.
into it.
Get into
Well,
it.
Yep.
And the other
it's
thing
all
that's important
technique.
is shotgun fit, because if you
Yes.
give somebody a shotgun that does
Yes.
not fit them,
They're gonna struggle.
Exactly, they're going to be struggle or mount it in the wrong place, which will lead to bruising and whatnot. So shotgun fit is key, and we talked about that before, but it really is important. So. Okay, well, I think that wraps it up. Let me see if I can remember all the things here. I haven't done this in a while.
Don't look at me.
So, website, powerfactorshow.com, email, powerfactorshow@gmail.com, facebook.com/powerfactorshow. Did I leave anything out?
I think that's it.
And the YouTube channel, YouTube/powerfactor probably, I don't know, but you know the deal. So, again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. And also, again, thanks, Dave, for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much for
Thank
coming
you,
out and
Dave,
joining
for-
us here at Granite Falls Sportsman's Club. We really much enjoyed having you. Hope to see you back soon.
Yeah.
And in fact, Dave and I will probably do a 5-stand episode at some point in the future. So we'll see more of Dave, and we'll be doing 5-stands. So
Remember, you got to edit the misses.
yeah, everybody shoots 100%. All right, see you.